This is the Blaze Radio on demand.
Hi, it's Brad Staggs here from the Blaze TV. Month after month, year after year, I wasted so much money on my home phone service until I started using BroadVoice. BroadVoice is an internet phone service that replaces your traditional landline and saves you a ton of money every month. It is so simple to use. Just plug their equipment into your computer or router, connect your phone, and in just minutes, you're all set. You can even keep your current phone number and add a second line at no additional charge. It's like getting a second phone line for free. The call quality is so good, we use BroadVoice in our studios at Blaze Radio. Get your first 3 months free, and then it's only $9.95 after that at broadvoice.com. That's just $9.95 for unlimited calling in the U.S. and Canada. And if you have a small business, BroadVoice not only saves you money, BroadVoice has tons of features that will make your small business more efficient. Go to broadvoice.com and pick the plan that's best for you. That's broadvoice.com.
It's Martin Luther King Day. So instead of civil rights and the civil rights movement, what is it exactly that people are searching for? It's not Martin Luther King, and it's not civil rights movement. Now, it's something different. We'll share that coming up in just a second. Democratic debate last night. You probably didn't notice because it was on Sunday night, 9 o'clock on a holiday weekend. And believe it or not, it ended early. What, did they run out of questions? They're like, no, you know what? I think we're good here. I think we've solved it all. And I always lead with my mistakes. So let's start there right now.
All we want is love.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
All we want is love.
Well, I try to always lead with my mistakes, and recently, over the weekend, I retweeted a tweet from Donald Trump that indicated that he voted for Barack Obama. As it turns out, the tweet was a hoax, and I apologize to Donald Trump for reposting it. What makes it worse is that when I clicked send, I didn't realize I was in the middle of an arduous and honorable charity work. Apparently, if I just would have forwarded this chain letter to 100 friends, Bill Gates actually would give $1 million to an orphanage that treats children without eyelids. Not to mention, I'd get a free iPad. Not really sure why Bill Gates is giving away iPads, but that's a different story. Trump over the weekend answered the charges aggressively that he did not vote for Barack Obama. It makes a lot of sense, obviously. If people thought he voted for Barack Obama, it would heavily damage his campaign. In fact, we can all probably agree that a vote for Obama should disqualify him from the Republican nomination in the mind of almost every primary voter. And I honestly think even Democrats would probably agree with that. Wow, he was wrong on Barack Obama. If you couldn't figure out that Barack Obama was going to be bad for this country, you probably shouldn't be leading the opposition party. As we talked about on the radio program on Friday, no one except Donald Trump knows for sure what he did when he was alone in the voting booth. This is why, quite honestly, the tweet seems so incredible to me. It just seemed to me to be an additional piece of evidence that seemingly proved a strong circumstantial case. Still, no excuse for reposting it. There were just lots of reasons why it seemed real to me, but that's a different story. But while the tweet appeared to be new evidence, it wasn't part of my reasoning when I said it on the radio and on television on Friday. As I pointed out on Fox, I was referring to the 2008 election, not to 2012. But I wanted to lead today by saying, I apologize for reposting that tweet, but that is not why I said that on Bill O'Reilly. Here is why I believe Donald Trump did, in fact, vote for Barack Obama in 2008. Now, he may not have. And again, only Donald Trump knows who he pulled the lever for. But I just want to lay out the case that it's not that far of a stretch. First, he was a registered Democrat when he cast the vote. Trump had been a registered Democrat for 7 years by the time the 2008 election came around. Now, this doesn't guarantee that Trump voted for Obama, of course. However, registered Democrats in New York voted for Obama by a 91% to 8% margin. So if Trump was in that 8%, he was the outlier. Possibly. But he likes to win. And he votes for winners. Around Donald Trump, you're going to get sick of winning. Next point. He remained in the Democratic Party for almost another year after casting the vote. In the decade leading up to the vote, he was a dedicated Democrat, with the only exception being his flirtation with the Independence or Reform Party in 1999. Incidentally, in this period, large parts of his platform were considerably to the left of Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. In fact, I don't believe that even Bernie Sanders has ever proposed a wealth tax on what is in your bank account. Donald Trump did. So when he was for the Independence Party, again, he was to the left of Barack Obama. In the year leading up to the vote, he spoke favorably about Hillary Clinton, telling Wolf Blitzer, quote, I think Hillary would do a good job. Now, obviously, it is theoretically possible for someone who thinks Hillary would be a good president to vote against Obama. But to paraphrase Donald Trump, quote, not a lot of Republican votes come out of a blue state Democrats that support Hillary Clinton. Next. He was one of the most fiercest critics of the Bush administration. Yes. Now it's hard to believe that he would have voted for Barack Obama, but in 2008, he had spent several years speaking just as negatively about Bush. He called him, and I'm quoting, a terrible president, perhaps the worst president in the history of this country. It's not that he just called Bush a disaster many times. It's why he called Bush a disaster. Iraq. He called the invasion of Iraq in 2008 and prior one of the worst decisions ever made, saying it would have been a wonderful thing if Bush would have been impeached because of the war. In fact, he was arguing for the war-related impeachment of Bush 2 weeks before he cast his presidential vote. Now, let me think. Who is more of a warmonger? Barack Obama or John McCain? Who was it that was saying, let's take our troops out of Iraq? John McCain or Barack Obama? So giving his opinion on Iraq, consider Trump's available choices. As he looks back here, one candidate on record of opposing the war, one candidate on record passionately supporting one of the worst decisions ever made, unquote. Why wouldn't he vote for Barack Obama over John McCain? Same thing here. Given his opinion on Iraq, consider Trump's available choices as he looked forward. One candidate on record saying he would end the war, the other on record saying he would escalate the war. Again, why would he vote for John McCain over Barack Obama? He continued to praise Obama after the election, telling Larry King, quote, here's a man, let me get this right. Here's a man that not only got elected, I think he's really doing a good job, end quote. Did you feel that way in 2009? Donald Trump gushed about Obama in his 2009 book. Quote, His comments have led me to believe that he understands how the economy works on a comprehensive level. Let me just roll that again. He believes that Barack Obama understands the economy on a comprehensive level. Have you felt that way about Barack Obama? Did you feel that way while he was doing the bailouts? While he was doing cash for clunkers? Because that's what was going on when Barack Obama was doing that. Quote, Barack Obama has also surrounded himself with very competent people, and that's the mark of a strong leader, end quote. Now, that's not what Donald Trump is saying now. He's saying he's picked some of the worst people, but in 2009, while he was doing cash for clunkers, TARP, the bailout of General Motors, all of these things that he and Bush were doing, Donald Trump said that he surrounded himself with good people and had a comprehensive understanding of the economy. 12th point. He supported Obama's first main policy push, the stimulus, saying, that is what we need. May I ask, is that what you felt when they were pushing the $1 trillion stimulus? Did you feel that is what we need? Donald Trump, who is this great businessman, who understands the economy, who's going to get us out of this mess, says that the stimulus is what we needed, while praising Obama for, quote, building infrastructure, building great projects, and putting people to work in that sense, end quote. Did any of that happen? Did you believe any of that was going to happen? He supported Obama's effort to fix the banks, including to potentially, quote, nationalize them. Quote, I do agree with what they're doing with the banks. Whether they fund them or nationalize them, it doesn't matter, end quote. Did you feel that way in 2009 and 2010, that it wouldn't matter if we nationalized the banks? Looking back at this period, he described himself as, quote, Obama's biggest cheerleader, end quote. Trump's argument is that he raised money for McCain, so he obviously supported him. But is this really a standard that Donald feels comfortable with? Does that also mean he supported John Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Ted Kennedy, Anthony Weiner, and Elliot Spitzer? Because he's raised money for those guys as well. Immediately following the passage of Obamacare, while even the moderate Republicans coalesced around its repeal, Donald Trump made the maximum donation to the campaign of Harry Reid. Reid was one of the few vulnerable Democrats to hold on to power in the Tea Party wave election of 2010. Speaking, by the way, of the Tea Party wave, put yourself in that moment again. Hope for constitutional preferences was renewed. Hundreds of thousands of people were gathering all across the country and in Washington, D.C. for restoring honor. Conservatives celebrated the biggest wave in a century. 1 month after that election, 1 month after that election, Donald Trump gave $50,000 to Barack Obama's chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel. Do I believe that Donald Trump voted for Barack Obama in 2008? Yeah, damn right I do. I could go on. But right now I'm in the middle of an intense financial negotiation with an ousted Nigerian prince online. So my apologies for tweeting or retweeting a bogus Facebook post from Donald Trump. That tweet apparently was inaccurate. But I stand by every word I said on Friday on the Bill O'Reilly program. Because I haven't sold out my values. I remember what my values were. And I remember what so many people in this country said their values were as well.
Hi, it's Brad Staggs here from the Blaze TV. Month after month, year after year, I wasted so much money on my home phone service until I started using BroadVoice. BroadVoice is an internet phone service that replaces your traditional landline and saves you a ton of money every month. It is so simple to use. Just plug their equipment into your computer or router, connect your phone, and in just minutes, you're all set. You can even keep your current phone number and add a second line at no additional charge. It's like getting a second phone line for free. The call quality is so good, we use BroadVoice in our studios at Blaze Radio. Get your first 3 months free, and then it's only $9.95 after that at broadvoice.com. That's just $9.95 for unlimited calling in the U.S. and Canada. And if you have a small business, BroadVoice not only saves you money, BroadVoice has tons of features that will make your small business more efficient. Go to broadvoice.com.